Hey crew, I'm stoked to give you a sneak peek into Aaron and I's experience in Miladi's art therapy with mandala. It was truly an enlightening and mind-opening experience to learn about mandalas and also connect with our inner self, our subconscious, and the way she interpreted the mandala that we had created was scary accurate, but truly incredible. And the full experience can be found in our experience shop. So check the video out and let's do this.
2019, I quit my job to travel to India to study yoga and meditation. And from that, I came back to Peru, and then I started working on therapies. And then I studied some alternative therapies like Reiki, Akashic recorders, biodecodification, tarot, and art therapy with mandalas. So from 2 years ago, I work with this, not as an engineer.
What's the history behind a mandala? What's their significance?
Yeah, in fact, I always during the classes, I explain that mandalas are the word mandala is in Sanskrit and it means sacred circle or sacred wheel. And the translation, it's like drawing from my sacred circle or my sacred center. And along the story, all the representations of mandala were more connected with them as a representation of the most pure essence of the human being in the microcosmos and macrocosmos, because you can find mandalas in small structures like particles, molecules, atoms. They have mandala shapes, and big structures like your eyes, the moon, the planets, the solar system, the galaxy is everywhere. So it's a representation, everything. For example, how can I interpret this situation, or which decision to take about this? Try not to do yes no questions, because it's very easy to do yes no questions, but try to make like why I was feeling like this, what should I learn about the situation, what should I see about the situation. Before to start, we do the bioenergetic, I call this the bioenergetic technique. You rub your palms. This is to create a static energy. And when you separate your hands, your palms, you will feel like a bubble of energy between your palms. So feel that energy and put your open question inside of this bubble. For example, what should I learn about, I don't know, myself today? Or what should I see about myself today? It's always about the present moment. And once you have your question, put your question on the object you will paint on and shake your hands. This is just to gain the energy. And let's start painting a little down the canvas. Choose your first color. I will use this. And for this, choose your the bigger one. Put your hand on the table as a support, and with one touch it's enough. So you will put ink in the top of your tool, not more, it's enough on the top, and try to find the center. In this case, I don't know where is my center, but I will do here. With one touch is enough. Make your first dot and then clean the excess of your ink in a tissue. Choose another color, and now choose not the smallest, but the second size. This is my smallest, this is my second size. You can choose whenever the smaller, we can use smallest. And we will put small dots around the big dot, like this. Small dots, one dot, ink, dot, not so close, not so far, but it is around the big dot. Now choose another color. the color you want, the color you prefer, choose. And we will choose the second size. We have used the smallest and now the second size. Or if not, you can use the same size. And this time we will put the dots, the next level of dots, in the center of the first level and behind, like this, in this space. You complete putting dots around like this, so it will be something like this. So we will do 8 dots now. One dot, one dot down, trying to figure out the invisible line. Second, on the left, on the right. Now one more, we have 4, and 4 more in each space. Now let's choose another color, and for this we will need the big, from the smaller, the big one, and the medium. Okay. So is this enough? With the big one, we will do 1 dot, just 1 dot behind the big, these medium dots, like this. 1 in the center, behind. I recommend to put sometimes essential oils, music, or some people love to sing mantras, and I recommend also to sing mantras while you paint, because you increase the experience, the stimulation. It will be something like this. 1 small dot behind. Now with this, you can use the smallest or the medium, the second small, and we will do this stairs effect. I will get closer. You put a lot of ink, and now we will do the stairs effect. Like this, you go around the big dot. 1, 2, 3, bigger to the smaller.
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
And you complete in the other side with the same number of dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In this, let's go for the next pattern. This is the, how can I do this? This is the, I think I will use this one. Okay, this is the drops pattern. We will need a big, the big one of the smallest, the big one and the smallest. If you don't have a smallest, you can use a needle if you want. And the bigger, it could be the back of a brush. And you will do this. You put the dot again in the middle and behind, but more behind this time, not so close, like this. And immediately with the small part, you make the tail inside, going inside, like this. So it will be like a drop. Now, another way to create these petals, we will do them more curvy with the smaller sides, like this. So I will put a lot of ink here. And I will go in one side of the orange petals. I will put 1 dot and I will go inside, like this, more curvy. I invite you now for, let's give 4 minutes to add all the details you want. Okay, so let's start with the interpretation. I It's about 5 questions.
Yeah.
One question is always the answer, and the interpretation is about the question you made before to paint. So remember the question, you don't have to say, you can keep the question in your mind. The color in the center represent how do you see yourself, or how do you feel yourself right now according to the question you made. So which color did you use at the center? So now the next question is, which color did you use more? Because the color you use more will tell you about what energy do you have in excess you need to reduce to feel balanced on your life. And the next question is, which color do you have less? Because that will express the energy you have in lack. So now finally, which group of colors did you use more? We have 2 groups of colors. As I was saying at the beginning, we have 2 hemispheres, the right one and the left one. The left brain is connected with your male energy, sun energy, systematic, time, very logical, but the right brain or right hemisphere represents the female energy, moon energy. It's more intuitive, creative, and sensitive. No time, no system, it's more abstract. So according to that, which group of colors did you use on your mandala? So after we do this, we go to the second part. Is about mandalas. I already told you about its story. Then I explain what are the benefits of the meditation in action with mandalas. The first benefits are you improve your memory, definitely, because as you are working with the symmetry on your mandala, your mind are also like blocks, like small boxes. And when you do something, organize it outside, you automatically organize your mind, your ideas, your feelings, and calm down your mind. That's why you improve your memory. It's like you clean the traffic, the mental traffic, and you can remember things that are, you practice the memory. You improve also your creativity, not only creativity of artworks, also your creativity to solve problems. And I could realize that on my students, for example, and on myself. Another benefit is you increase your immunology system, because as your mind is more calmed, you produce the happy hormones through colors and shapes and forms. You increase your the serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin. These are the happy hormones that makes you feel like relaxed, pleasure, and happy. Of course, it has that effect on your body. Another benefit also is you can connect your conscious with your unconscious mind. Sometimes they are, separated, but when you connect them, you can express yourself through these kind of artworks, especially with mandalas. And that is, as you express everything inside, you feel like you are expressing yourself, and that helps you if you are sick. For example, I have students with cancer. They feel afraid about the cancer, and when they paint, it's like a moment where they can disconnect with this problem, and they can be the viewers, of their own mind. And that's the idea also of the meditation. They join of your mind and connect with the present moment. So working with mandalas helps you to that. And especially this technique, the pointillism or dotillism, helps you to maintain the symmetry. And that is we call in Spanish like motricity. The motricity activity helps you to, for example, for people who have shaking hands, because they have a lot of cortisol, adrenaline, so it helps you to flow more with that. So that are the benefits with mandalas. Then the story you already know. Some cultures used in the past mandalas to represent their gods, as Hinduism and Buddhism. They also used to use mandalas as a meditation. They can spend, the monks in the Himalayas, for example, can spend between 1 month or 1 year painting mandalas. And then at the end of this period or time, they destroy the mandala as impermanence of life. Druids and Celtics, they used to create mandalas as rituals and magic tools, because they believe mandalas are like energetical portals that flows the energy. And in Latin America, Incas, for example, created mandalas to represent the cycle of lives. Aztecas, they represent the solar clock in a mandala. So everything along their cultures. Also in China, Egypt, they used to create a lot of mandalas with different representation, shapes, and elements. So these are the story about mandalas.